Hi, Dion here, your strategic ally if you are a woman in senior leadership, especially in the third sector or the public sectors. And and you know that you're not done growing, evolving, and developing as a woman leader and change maker in your role and your field. My name's Dion Johnson. I am the founder of Women Leader Global, and I'm on a mission to help women like you in public sector and third sector senior leadership to be more influential in your role. So today I want to ask you a question. Are you really okay? Are you really okay? And the reason that I'm asking is because in my work with my private clients, in my work with other women, in conversations even in passing, I get it. I get that as women leading in these sectors, our customers, our work is all geared towards supporting and reaching out and making things better for people, for the planet, for life. And we support people in their most vulnerable states, people who are distressed or diseased or sick or in trouble or failing somehow or needing some help, people who are vulnerable, disenfranchised, disillusioned, marginalized. We help. Our work is all geared towards reaching out and supporting other people, especially at time of need. And in my work with women, I often find that although when women are struggling at work and struggling in leadership, it's because of this tension between really wanting to do well, really wanting to reach out and make things better for the people that we serve and the people that we lead, but really not being okay as we do that. And I ask my clients and my customers to think about this situation. And I'm going to ask you to think about it too, as an illustration of the point that I'm making about how important it is for us to be okay as we take our positions and occupy our roles as leaders of change for people and life and planet. Okay, so imagine that, imagine being in the Twin Towers, that fateful 9/11 day when terrorists came and destroyed buildings that housed many people. Imagine being lots of Grenfell Towers that was ravaged by smoke. Imagine being in that situation and knowing that things were shaking, fatally shaking, that your world as you know it is shaking beyond control. I know that, these are very powerful metaphors for the way that some of the people that come to work with me are feeling about aspects of their life, like you're going through a real shaking, a real turbulent time, that things are irreparable and things are looking very bleak. And so imagine being in that place where you're going down. It's going down. And then if you can, just imagine that you black out for a minute and then you wake up, that your eyes are opened and you realize, my God, through that shaking and that trauma and that chaos and that crisis and that confusion, I'm still alive. I didn't die. I'm still breathing. Oh my God, I can stand up. There's not a bruise on me. I'm not bleeding. I've got my strength and my legs work, my arms work. I can stand up. I haven't got any broken bones. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine going through all of that shaking and then and all of that crushing and pressing and crisis, and then standing up and realizing that you're okay? Well, let me ask you this. What would you ask? What would you do next? What would you do? I've asked this question many times and I've heard many answers. Some people say they will just get the hell out of there. Some people say, I'd fall on my knees and praise my God. And most people, when they really think about it, what they say is, well, I start looking for who else is alive. I start looking for who I could help. Maybe I'll start digging through the rubble, trying to find my work colleague or whoever it was that was with me at the time. I'd look, I'd scream out, I'd ask, who can I help? Who can I help? And you know what I've learned over the years is that when we know how okay we are, it's like an automatic reflex that we begin to reach out to help other people. We reach out to touch somebody else, or give a hand, or lend a hand, or make something better, or contribute somewhere else. When we know that we're okay, when we know that we are well, when we know that it is well with us, that we're safe, that we have what we need, that we are sufficient, that we're enough, that we're adequate, that we're okay, that we're well, that's a really great place to start to help somebody else, to reach out. But here's what else I've seen. I've seen how oftentimes we as women at this level of leadership, in these types of roles, where our work is geared towards reaching out for our community, reaching out for the region, reaching out in the nations, reaching out internationally to help people, to give charity, to make things better for the weak and the lost and the dying and the in trouble and the vulnerable and everybody else. Oftentimes we're reaching out, we're crying out, who wants my help? Who wants my help? Who wants my help? But it's like we've woken up from that shaking situation and our legs broken and our backs out of shape and our heads there and our fingers bent back and we're bleeding. Imagine that. Imagine waking up from such a scene and being in a bloody state, being in a broken mess, and then crying out, who wants my help? I'm coming, hold on, I'm coming. Doesn't make any sense, does it? Doesn't make any sense to be reaching out to help other people if we ourselves are not okay. So today I just stopped by to quickly ask you, are you really okay? Because if you're not really okay, if you don't know that you're safe, if you don't have what you need, if you don't feel like you're adequate, if you don't know, if you're lost somehow, or feeling like vulnerable somehow, or there's a problem somehow that's attacking your peace, or attacking your joy, or attacking your certainty or your confidence, then it doesn't make any sense you reaching out and crying out to help somebody else, the people that your organization exists to serve and the people that you lead. First, you have to get okay. Because when we give from that place of okayness, it's sturdy, it's strong, it's steady, it's real. When we give from a place of brokenness and not okayness, often even unconsciously we do this, then it's less stable, it's less sustainable. And we need to pay attention to building our own okayness if we're going to operate in our full capacity as incredible influencers, innovators, and initiators of influential, meaningful, relevant, urgent change that's needed, urgent help that they need. So I'm asking you to reconsider today. Are you really okay? And if you're not, it's time to put a stop on some things and get a mirror out, get some support, get some help, garner yourself with some support to make sure that you become okay. Work on becoming okay. Work on getting what you need, because there's work to do. The people that we serve depend on us to be bringing our A game and our influential game to our roles as senior leaders in the public and the third sector. So let's get ourselves in the state that we can really realistically call out and give some help. That's all I've got for you today. My name's Dion Johnson, founder at Women Leader Global, and your strategic ally if you are a woman in senior leadership in the public or the third sector, and you value your ongoing development, you know that you're not done. You know that there's more for you to be, do, say, create, and experience. I'm asking you today, if that's you, then focus on getting okay. Be okay. I'll see you later. Bye.